Welcome to Carbonauten. My name is Henry and we support plants in storing CO2. So what plants do, they do an amazing job in storing the CO2 by their photosynthesis process, where they capture the CO2 and release the oxygen. The problem is when they rot, all the CO2 that's stored in the plant's biomass gets released back in the atmosphere. And Carbonauten comes here into play and uses the biomass residues and puts it in their pyrolysis technology to get biocarbon. And biocarbon or biochar does not rot, and so the CO2 is stored for thousands of years in the biochar. Carbonauten was founded in 2017 by Thorsten Becker and Christoph Hiemer, and they saw that in every single product and also the energy, we create CO2. And they work on a process that we can have products and energy and store CO2. From 2017 until now, most of our effort went into research and development, but this year, 2022, we're happy to say that our first -CO2 factory near Berlin will open, and this factory is capable of storing 25,000 tons of CO2 per year. As I mentioned earlier, we are at Carbonauten. We prevent biomass waste from rotting. This means also wood stocks and waste wood with nails and screws. And we do it with our pyrolytic carbonization technology. And the very special thing about it is that it has no rotating parts. So we really can use problematic biomass waste in our factory and produce CO2 storing biochar. So the output of our -CO2 factory, of course, is the biochar. But we, as Carbonauten, have a second mission, and that is replacing fossil-based products. So, for example, in Carbonauten polymers, we produce CO2 negative plastic products with up to 50% biocarbons. But we also produce a biodistillate for agricultural purposes. This is a good replacement for classical agrochemicals, but we have the same growing effects on the plants. Our biggest goal is to make an impact, and one CO2 factory doesn't store enough CO2 to tackle the climate issue. But in 2030 we want to have 100 -CO2 factories all over the world, and they will be capable of storing CO2 in the area of gigatons. In this way we want to contribute to a sustainable and a better world, not only by storing CO2, but also by making products that are regenerative, better and cheap. Cheap is the most important thing for us because we believe that every person on this planet should be able to contribute to sustainability. If sustainability stays a luxury issue, we definitely will fail. So that's why Carbonauten exists.